Dharma Bites is brought to you by Free Buddhist Audio, the Dharma for your life. Our work is funded entirely by donations from our generous listeners. If you would like to help us keep this free, make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. Thank you, and happy listening.
In terms of trying to characterize the Bodhisattva ideal, I'd like to consider the question, what kind of person is a Bodhisattva? What is a Bodhisattva actually like? And I'd like to read you a little passage that describes that, actually. This passage comes from a text called the Vimalakirti Nidesha, or the Vimalakirti Sutra. And Vimalakirti is the main character in this text. He is a Bodhisattva, and this is how he is described. His wealth was inexhaustible for the purpose of sustaining the poor and the helpless. He observed a pure morality in order to protect the immoral. He maintained tolerance and self-control in order to reconcile beings who are angry, cruel, violent and brutal. He blazed with energy in order to inspire people who were lazy. He maintained concentration, mindfulness and meditation in order to sustain the mentally troubled. He attained decisive wisdom in order to sustain the foolish. He wore the white clothes of the layman, yet lived impeccably like a religious devotee. He lived at home, but remained aloof from the realm of desire, the realm of pure matter, and the immaterial realm. He had a son, a wife, and female attendants, yet always maintained continence. He appeared to be surrounded by servants, yet lived in solitude. He appeared to be adorned with ornaments, yet always was endowed with the auspicious signs and marks. He seemed to eat and drink, yet always took nourishment from the taste of meditation. He made his appearance at the fields of sports and in the casinos, but his aim was always to mature those people who were attached to games and gambling. He visited the fashionable heterodox teachers, yet always kept unswerving loyalty to the Buddha. He understood the mundane and transcendental sciences and esoteric practices, yet always took pleasure in the delights of the Dharma. He mixed in all crowds, yet was respected as foremost of all. So that's just a brief section that actually describes Vimalakirti. So he comes across as a pretty spectacular person. In a phrase that my teacher came up with, he is all things to all men and women. He's able to appear in whatever guise is the best guise in order to help other beings to communicate with beings. So maybe you got a sense from that description that he seems a bit unreal, or perhaps a bit supra-real or hyper-real. Doesn't really seem like an ordinary person at all, or like someone who one might meet. So he appears in the guise of an ordinary person, but actually there's something extraordinary about him. There's maybe even something transcendent about him. And this is very much how the Bodhisattva is presented and described in Mahayana texts. Even where they appear as a relatively normal being, in their essence, in their depths, there's something extraordinary, something transcendent. And this becomes still more emphasized when we go on to examine what are called cosmic bodhisattvas, which I'll return to a little bit later.
We hope you enjoyed today's Dharma Bite. Please help us keep this free. Make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. And thank you.